Okay. So we will come to the application. So once we log into the application as a functional consultant, go to my client groups, and then payroll. Okay. So here we are having three sections. One is personal information. They are having three sections. One is personal information, flow submission and results, and administration. So you don't have to be perfect in each and everything. Okay. We will discuss what we need to know, and slowly we can practice each and everything. But initially you have to focus on what is important and what is really required, and one by one you have to step by step you have to become an expert. So what are the three sections we are having? Personal information, flow submission, and administration. Okay, we are having the same thing, right? Personal information, flow submission and results, and administration, right? So I've created here a kind of mind map. You go to personal information. So we will be having one of the important thing called elements. Okay. And payment methods and payment types. Suppose you are joined a company and company is going to pay a salary for you at the end of the month. Okay, we will think about monthly payroll only. Don't get confused with the bi-weekly or weekly, because on a standard everybody will get on monthly payroll. Okay, 95% people will get a monthly payroll in IT. Okay, what are the different payment types would be there? One would be electronic fund transfer, another would be check, another would be international transfer. And very few companies, they will give cash. But this doesn't support in Oracle. But very few companies, they will give cash. So this comes under payment methods. Payroll relationship. The relationship between employee and worker. Sorry, the relationship between a worker and an employer in terms of payroll. Is called as a payroll relationship. So work relationship means what? The relationship between worker and employer is called a work relationship. Payroll relationship means what? The relationship between worker and employer in terms of payroll. That is called as a payroll relationship. And then calculation cards. Calculation cards are like, suppose something like if you have a what you call tax card or professional kind of deductions or any kind of deductions, automatically they will calculate and they will deduct. You don't have to do manually every time. So that is permanent and fixed. That comes under calculation cards. Okay. So elements, these are the, you can say elements are the building blocks for the payroll. You just remember that terminology. Elements are building blocks for payroll. Suppose in order to construct house, what we need? Bricks.
Yeah,
Excellent. Excellent. Without bricks, how can you construct a house? You cannot construct a house. If you want to construct a house without bricks, means you are thinking in the air. Okay. Same thing. Elements are the building blocks for payroll. If you can understand the elements, if you can able to understand the elements, 50% payroll is completed. If you can able to understand the elements, 50% is completed. If you can understand the payment methods, yeah, another 5% completed. Payroll relationship, another 5%. Calculation cards, another 5%. So here, 50, 55, 60, 65. Right? So only within the personal information, we are able to complete 65% of payroll. The remaining administration, these are very simple. Organization payment method, payroll flow patterns, third party organization payment methods, banks, bank branches, bank accounts, legislations, legislative data group, this all together will contribute another 15% only. By looking, it looks so many things, but it will contribute only 15% because it's a setup. If you do 3 times practice of how to create a payroll definition or how to create a LDG, that's enough. Or hardly 5 times. If you practice how to create a LDG, that would be more than enough. It's a setups. Administration means what? Setups. But here there's nothing to learn actually. Just you will do setup. Manage banks. You create a bank. Bank branches. You create a bank branch. Account. You create an account in a bank branch. Legislations. You create you understood what are the legislative rules for the particular country. Consolidation groups. Suppose if you're running payroll for monthly, quarterly, and bi-weekly, you want to consolidate that one and create a report or results that you are going to use in consolidation groups. So this is one of the important interview question. And payroll definition. The entire payroll definition means your entire payroll information will be there in the payroll definition. The complete picture of payroll will be there in the payroll definition. By seeing the payroll definition, you can understand what is this. So this third parties and third party organization payment method. So this will be helpful. Like suppose in a particular payroll, you have to understand there's integration point between other families like supply chain, financials. Suppose supply chain people have submitted invoice for 10 lakhs. Let us take. They have purchased some. They have they have delivered one item. The cost of the machinery is 10 lakhs. Who has to pay that amount? Who has to pay that amount?
Finance.
No.
Finance department.
No. Payroll means what? Money is going from the payroll account.
The payroll will pay that.
Money is going through the payroll accounts. That's here. The organization payment method means what? All that definition, the amount. If you any single rupee is going from the company's account has to be come to the payroll only. Whether it is employee salary or whether you are paying for a machinery. That is called as costing. What, Lakshman? What happened?
Sir, here I have one note. Payroll and machinery payment, how it would be marketed in the payroll.
See, actually,
See, the local will be HCM will raise the invoice. Based on the invoice, the pay finance still.
I think you are misunderstood. Finance team will raise the invoice. Okay. Where they will create a party. Suppose you are having one company, Lakshman, and you have supplied money you have supplied machinery to me. Okay. And where they have created the party information. Where they what is third party means what?
Contingents con.
No. Contingent is not the third parties.
In HCM they'll use, right? Party users.
No, that is different.
That party is the other company who
Third
supports.
party means other company. Suppose, okay, you are talking about contingent worker, right? So you are supplying 100 contingent workers. So how you'll do the billing? How will do the billing?
Based on the who is the supplier, so based on the his name only we will raise the invoice.
Payroll expense.
One second. Deepika, you are talking about contingent worker. Yeah, tell me about what is your thought process in terms of contingent worker.
Yeah, I think like there are contact based. So we are hiring the employee or worker. We are taking the worker for a contact basis, and then we'll get the work done by them, and all the payroll related extracts will submit it to the third party company.
Correct.
So-
Correct. Absolutely correct. But are we
The-
going to pay directly to the contractors, or we are going to pay to the third parties?
To third parties, we'll give the extract to them. Yes, we are not going to pay.
Yeah.
Payroll will not be on Oracle HCM.
No. See, we are going to pay directly to the third parties.
Yes.
So what they will do, they will say that our employees has came to your organization and worked for 1,000 hours for this month. For 1,000 hours per hour, $50. $50,000 is a billing. So
Yes.
what company has to do? $50,000 has to pay to the third party.
Yes.
I don't care about what third party will give to their employees.
Correct.
Right, Lakshman?
Yes, sir. Sir, can I give you one example for this?
Yeah, you can go. You can take. Yeah.
Yes, sir. So previously I worked with the Randstad India Private Limited. There we used to have like more than 50 to 60 clients. We used to provide the mandates for them. Like mandates means candidates for the particular client. Those need to be work on that particular place. And based on that, their working hours and their work days. So we will prepare the invoice for the particular client. So these many employees have been worked to that particular month. So these are the mandates worked for that. So this is the actual amount for the each employee. So this is the invoice we are going to provide to you that particular client, sir. The client will make the payment to complete amount to the Randstad payment method. For example. After that, we will release the amount to the particular employees, those who work for that particular client, but they are into Randstad payroll only, not into the client payroll. So we can call it as a contingent workers for that.
No. So till invoice, what you said is correct. So suppose you are working in XYZ company and you have supplied professionals to Randstad. And once at the end of the month, you are going to give a invoice bill to the Randstad. So these many professionals came into Randstad and worked for these many hours. And what Randstad will do? Okay. So per hour, I'm giving $50. This is the agreement between XYZ company and Randstad. Per hour, $50. And let us take 1,000 professionals who came. $50,000. So what it will do? It will create based upon the invoice provided by the third party vendor. That XYZ company is a third party vendor, right? Like XYZ, there are so many vendors would be there, right? For Randstad. Okay, I'll explain. I'll explain here. Let us take. I don't want to talk any other company. Take Oracle only. Oracle Consulting. Okay. Oracle Consulting is a company. Okay. Here they are taking employees from Deloitte. They're taking employees from Accenture. They're taking employees from TCS. Okay. So people will say that okay, per hour Accenture will quote for $100. Deloitte will quote for it's quote for $110. Yeah, obviously the AC company will quote for $90. So what Oracle will do? It will take all these three. On an average, what happened here? It become $100 only. On an average, suppose if you take 100 employees, 100 employees, 100 employees. Or you can say contractors, actually contractors, right?
Yes.
Okay. On an average, TCS is billing $90, Accenture is billing $110, and Deloitte is billing $100. It become $100 on an average. So what Oracle Consulting will do? Okay, why should I have to give all the work to Deloitte? All of a sudden, if Deloitte give a hand to me, I'll be in a problem. So what Oracle will do, or any other people who are having proper strategy will do is, if they're having the work, they will give for 3 vendors minimum. Minimum 3 vendors. So why 3 vendors is, if you give for only 2 vendors, who knows, they can join their hands and make loss for the company, right? Minimum 3 vendors, 3 quotations. That is a standard. And at the same time, they will work for three vendors also. Minimum. More than that also, depend upon the project size. So what they will say, Deloitte at the end of the month, they say that 100 into 100, $10,000. Okay, month I'm saying just it's a kind of random calculation. $10,000 it will bill for what? To whom it will bill? To whom it will send the invoice?
Deloitte
It will send the invoice. Deloitte will send the invoice to whom?
to Oracle, yeah.
So what Oracle will care? Oracle will run payroll for these 100 contractors? No.
No.
Oracle will do it. So yeah, Deloitte, you have the vendor for me. I am giving this $10,000. I don't care how much you pay to your contractors.
There is no direct link to any.
Yeah, there is no direct link between the contractors in terms of payroll with the Oracle.
Yes.
So what Oracle will do as a third party, Deloitte is a third party, I'm going to pay this amount to Deloitte. This also comes under payroll only. So whether this is they are providing professionals or whether they are providing machinery to the company, there is no difference. Whether let us take another third party is there, Schneider Electric. What Schneider Electric will do? It will supply lifts. Deloitte will supply humans. Schneider Electric will supply lifts. Okay, some other third party is there, like Uber. What Uber will do? It will supply cabs.
Yes. 2-wheeler, 3.
The process is same here. Everybody will supply. Everybody will give an invoice, and the amount has to go through the third party through payroll only. If you are running a payroll for employee, that is different. And if you are running if you are giving money to a particular vendor, that has to go through third parties. That also comes under payroll only. Okay, that will go for multiple approvals from finance, multiple approvals from supply chain. That everything will happen. That is called as ERP. That's why it's a number one. If you think that finance, supply chain, yes, definitely it will go for all the approvals. Suppose when you purchase the a lift, it will go for supply chain. They have to approve. It will go for finance. They have to approve. And once everybody approves, it will come to payroll, to third party. Who will run the payroll? Who will give the amount? From where the money will go?
From Oracle.
Organization payment.
Yeah.
From the payroll it will go. From the account, that is called as organization payment method. So in this organization payment method, company accounts would be there. The company account, suppose my Citibank account is there, or let us take Axis Bank account is there. From my account only it will go. That is called as company's account. That is called as organization payment method. In this organization payment method, the account information will be there. From this only, whether you are paying for employee or whether you are paying for a lift, it will go from the payroll only. From finance, from supply chain, from nothing. The amount, when it comes to money, the only product will take care of is payroll. You understood, right?
Yes.
Yes.
When it comes to money, the only product is payroll. Okay.
And every time, so auditing also happens, no?
Yeah, see, all these things, auditing will come through reports. Every by end of that payroll, by default auditing will be done. That process will run. So there are so many processes would be there to audit, and again the journals. So, and one more thing. So as Lakshman told, so once payroll got completed, what will happen? It will go for finance only. Okay, Lakshman has transferred 20,000 rupees to me. Okay, and what will happen? From where it is transferring the money? From the bank account. From Lakshman's bank account to my bank account. But what will happen? It will create a ledger accounts in both of the accounts, saying that 20,000 rupees is deducted from Lakshman's account and credited to my account. Again, it will go in back to finance. That's why payroll is a integral point between finance and HCM, a tight integration point. Again, it will create a journal. Once it's done, once the payroll process got completed, it will create a journal in the finance only. Again. So, and one more thing. So, where the payroll will start? What is the LDG? What is meant by LDG? We have already
Localized payroll. Yeah, localized payroll. We have these three important fields: cost allocation, key.
So what will be there in the cost
Currency.
allocation key fields?
Chart of account, your ledgers,
Excellent.
journals.
Chart of account will be there. Chart of accounts means what?
You have
Entire
currency, company.
company's
Yeah.
account will be there.
Yes.
All the account information will be there, and we are attaching to what? To legislative data group. The currency and that complete company's chart of accounts, the entire natural accounts, current account, so many things. Yeah, I cannot. I'm not the right person to discuss about that one. Yeah, the complete financial consultant has to explain this chart of accounts. Okay, I'll give you one video. You go through that one. So we'll have proper understanding from where that integration start from the finance to the HCM. Again, once it is done from the payroll, again it will go back to finance only.
Yes.
It starts from finance, it comes to payroll, and once the process got completed, again it will go and record in the finance in terms of journal. But in terms of paying the money, when it comes to money, it has to go through payroll only. Otherwise, they won't take. They won't take the particular thing. This kind of third parties, they won't run. Or they won't run the payroll itself.
So, sir, in finance, which account it will be debited?
Yeah, that you have to ask the financial consult. This chart of accounts is a, I'll give you the video. I'm not the expert there. So it's a kind of Greek and Latin for me. I'm not coming, I didn't come from a finance background. I don't have any accounting knowledge. Yeah, but the basics, the natural accounts, the current, suppose even I'm having a company. I run the business. I know how to submit an invoice, what is the current account, and how to transfer the money and all. So for every company, the current account is the major thing. So you have to give the current account check. So while they're transferring from their current account, they will transfer to the third party's current account only. In India, in different countries, it is checking account. Checking account means current account. So you understood, right? So third parties. But here, in terms of subject, this is only 15%. These are all setups. By learning these setups, well, it's not that it's not completely you are. If I say that only you have learned only 15%. So this is 65% and this is 15%. Total 80%. So the remaining, so this is 20%. Flow submissions, payroll flow submissions. So this is a little bit tricky, complex. The actual complex comes here, the 20%. So this 65% is neither complex nor easy. And this 15% is very easy. And this the remaining 20%, this is comes under the tricky part. The actual complex structure means all the process, all the flows. If something goes wrong, to understand where it went wrong, sometimes it will take 2-3 days also. If you are not an expert. If you're an expert also, sometimes it will take more time. We don't know, because where we did a mistake, we have to understand from the scratch. So balances, balance definitions, event groups, simplified quick pay, submitted flow, payroll results, and all these things. Okay. So, and most of the time people will say that fast formulas. Okay. People will ask particularly about fast formulas. Okay. Particularly about fast formulas. Without knowing all these things, just if you know only this fast formula, will it make any sense?
No.
No, sir.
Okay, without knowing all these things, suppose you don't know what is bank account, what is legislation, what is consolidation group, what is LDG, what is payroll statutory unit. Without knowing all these things, people will say that, sir, can you please tell me fast formulas? Okay, I'm also not sure. Means where it came into the picture for a high level fast formula. If you can write a simple program in C language, A into B is equal to C, you can write fast formulas. Simple programming only. Simple programming means even seventh standard persons also, they can understand Python programming and they're writing. Yeah. The people, why they are getting this kind of fear is, here you have to write little bit coding,
Logic, yeah.
logic. It's not coding.
Bit of pseudocode algorithm. Like
Yeah, algorithm or expressions or what you say.
pseudocode, yes.
It's a logic. You have to write some logic. A is equal to B into C. That's it. You have to write. You have to understand what is A, what is B, and what is C, and you have to get it into a formula. Formula means what? That's it. Formula means what? A into B is equal to C. A square plus B square plus 2AB is equal to A plus B whole square. That's a formula. If people doesn't know A plus B whole square is equal to A square plus B square plus 2AB, people always get feared. If they don't know the formula, what is meant by A plus B whole square, that's a simple formula. People should know how to write a simple formula and then they have to enhance that one. But if you say that, okay, formula, fast formula means, but what you will do with this? What you will do with this? What about elements? What about calculation costs? What about payment methods? What about administration? All the setups. What about all these things? Balance groups, events, quick pay, flows, results. If without knowing anything, you are expert in fast formulas. Let us take, I'm considering you are expert in fast formulas. You came for an interview. I'm the interview panel. I'll ask all the questions except fast formulas. Tell me about organization payment methods. Tell me about third-party payment methods. Tell me about payroll legislations. Tell me about cost allocation, key flex fee. Tell me about payroll statutory. I'll ask all other questions except fast formulas. What we'll do? Nothing. So always you have to remember, fast formulas is a tip on the iceberg. Just it's like a cherry on what you call of ice cream. Just a cherry on the ice cream. It's not a total payroll. But people have created an impression saying that fast formula means it's like something like Himalayas. Nothing like that. You have to understand. Even I have to, because of time constraint, I have not included everything in the mind map. There are many things I have left here in the payroll also. Here means it's not that much important, but I have left payroll costing that is really complex. I've left that one intentionally. I've left that one because if I start telling payroll costing, people will lose their minds. People who are having 5-10 years of experience also, they cannot understand what is costing and what is payroll costing, what is hierarchy of payroll costing. But to go to that level, you should have at least a basic fundamental knowledge on payroll. At least you should run the payroll. You should see the pay slips. What is this payroll costing? Yeah, costing for persons. So this payroll costing is really, really complex. For me, yeah, I don't really think fast formulas are complex, but payroll costing is. Definitely, people will ask three interview questions in payroll costing. 3 interview questions. What is payroll costing? Why we need payroll costing? And what is the relationship between payroll costing and financials? And what is the hierarchy of payroll cost? You have to by heart. You have to by heart at least. I'll cover this one at last. Before going to payroll costing and fast formulas, because these are the highest complex. Yeah, for people, fast formulas are complex because they don't have a coding skills or logical skills. But I was born and brought up there, so I don't think fast formulas are complex. But payroll costing in terms of subject wise, in terms of understanding the business wise, it is a little bit tough. So, but before going to payroll costing or fast formulas, what we have to master, always remember, with just 20% of effort, we have to target the 80% of the subject. That is called as 80-20 rule. Don't spend 80% of effort to learn only the 20% of the subject. Don't keep your efforts, 80% of efforts to learn only the 20% of the subject. Always focus how I can learn 80% of the subject with the 20% of efforts. Suppose these are very easy, right? Organization payment methods, payroll flow pattern. I'm telling, okay, you don't know at this point of time, but I'm telling these are very easy, right? So you can complete this one. You can complete this one first of all. So that what you will get self-confidence. Okay, at least if somebody asks in payroll, what is meant by legislative data group? What is meant by payroll definition? What is meant by consolidation group? What is meant by cost allocation key flex field? What is meant by third-party payment methods, organization payment methods, payroll flow patterns? At least you can answer the questions. That is one good thing. Once you are confident with administration parts, payroll administration parts, you have to focus on the elements. The elements are neither complex nor easy. That's a medium kind of thing. And at the same time, elements are actual building blocks of payroll. Okay. So now I'll show you where the elements will come into picture. So this is how a payslip will look like for payroll. If you use Oracle Payroll to run the payroll, this is how a payroll payslip look like. So what is the name of the payroll? Bi-weekly. Okay. Bi-weekly we are running the payroll. Okay. What is the position? Administrative assistant. This is the position. Okay, sorry. This is a job title. And tax reporting unit. So here tax reporting unit and legal employer both are same. This is the tax reporting unit. Salary basis. And this is the address. And this is the employee address. Employee address means what? We will give the home address.
Home address.
I think an employee. This is the home address. Okay. And this is the person number. And this is the employee name. And payroll relationship number. So I told you, right? Payroll relationship. Payroll relationship number and a person number both are same. And this is the hire date. This is the hire date. So if you see here, this is a bi-weekly payroll. Okay, we will see that, okay, instead of bi-weekly, we will see monthly payroll. So here, if you see monthly payroll for Bruce Lee, start payroll period start date, May 1st, 2025. End date, 31st May, 2025. Payment date, payroll payment date, 31st May, 2025. So base salary, $60,000. This is the overall salary. Okay. These are called as elements. So here, gross earnings is an element. This is called as salary. Means base salary is an element. And deductions is an element. It's a deduction element. So this is going to be deducted from the salary in terms of tax. So what we will get at the net payment? This amount. This earnings element is salary. And year to date, this is called as a balance. Balance definition. Year to date. Year to date, as of now, we have run only one payroll in the year 2025 for this particular person. So that's why it is saying that $5,000. If you run from January, February, March, April, and May, 5 months completed, year to date, it would have shown $25,000. Okay. So, but we have run only 1 month, the particular month, the payroll. So it is showing year to date also the same as current month salary. Okay. And this is the description of what is the regular salary and how many hours worked. And this is a description and where your money, that deduction amount, where the deduction amount is going, the tax deduction. So with fit withheld. Okay. Social security. Federal income tax. FIT means federal income tax withheld. Social security. So these two. Medicare. Okay, here we are having two states. State income tax withheld, state income tax withheld. Why we are having two states? Anybody can tell? Except
Home address and location of the office, employee office.
Yes, excellent. Yeah, Vamsi, you are also, yeah. Yeah, it's a one because in US, home address you have given New York, and the location address means work location where you are working, California.
California.
So you have to pay tax in two different states. You have to pay taxes in two different states. One is California and another one is New York.
New York.
For New York is for where you is the home address. That's why you are paying less. And for the work location, you are paying more. And again, city withheld. You are paying this much amount. So all these things comes under local taxes or federal taxes. And whether it is a check or deposit, this is the number. How much amount it was paid. And the currency, whether it is USD or whether it is INR or whether it is CAD, Canadian dollar, something like that. So this is the complete overview of the payslip. So here the payslip is built by what? Earnings elements and deduction element only. The entire, if you can understand not only this payroll, you open your own payroll and see how the payroll will built. Payroll is built on two things. One is earning element, how much you earned for this particular pay period. And another one is deduction element. Okay, how much I have to deduct as per the rules or the regulations of the land, or law of land. We can call it as law of the land. Okay, if you are in India, there is no state, the only professional tax, and that will be different. Depends upon the country to country, the deductions will be different. Suppose if you took absence leave. Okay, if you took absence leave, so will it comes as a earning element or a deduction element?
Deduction element.
If you took absence leave means what? The company has to deduct that amount from the salary, right? Okay. And at the same time, you left the organization and you are having 30 leaves to be encashed.
And cash.
Whether it will become a earning element or deduction element?
Earning.
Earning element. Because it has to be uncashed, because your leaves, you are surrendering the leaves while you are leaving the company. So that company is liable to pay the amount for you. At that time, it will become an earning element. Otherwise, it will become a deduction element. So elements will play a crucial role in the entire payroll. And after that, calculation card. This also comes under calculation card. We will see that calculation cards. Okay, calculation card means every time you don't have to validate manually. Automatically fixed amount will be given for the particular calculation card and that amount will be deducted. Suppose there is a calculation card, like suppose somebody has divorced. Okay, and you have to pay monthly $1,000. Okay, so that is given order by the court order, and that has to be deducted automatically. There is no, you don't have company don't have to take approval from the employee. As a court has given order to the company saying that this particular person was divorced and he has to pay alimony for the particular person, and you deduct $1,000 automatically from this particular employee salary and pay to the particular person, that you will, everything will be what you call